Hey guys, do subscribe our YouTube channel and press the bell button to never miss any update from Radio Udaan.
Hello everyone, Namaste. This is Sonal Patel once again connecting with you all from Cambridge, Massachusetts in USA. I am a lifelong learner on MOOCs. Since 2012, I got infected by the Lolum virus, a good virus. Lolum is love of learning on MOOCs. And today, I'm here to spread this infection to the wider audience. That's you, no? And you are part of this wider audience. And this is part 2 of our discussion on demystifying MOOCs for visually challenged. And we have recorded part 1 previously. Now with me, I have 4 amazing individuals who are all visually challenged, and they are all Harry Potter generation. And I am connected with them through an NGO named Vision Aid from Boston, Massachusetts. They all are infected by the Lolum virus and will demystify for you MOOCs through their own experience learning on MOOCs. And before we begin, let me introduce you to MOOCs in just one sentence. MOOCs are online courses for everyone and everywhere, and which are hosted on special accessible platform called MOOC platforms. And without further ado, let's start the discussion with this amazing panel. And let's start with the introduction in their own voice first, and so that you can connect with them through their voice. So let me start with our youngest panelist, Manjot. You can introduce yourself, and also in your introduction, could you please also say which type of assistive technology that you use to access MOOCs on your computers and mobile devices. So Manjot, please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Manjot Singh. I live in Gurgaon and I'm 19 years old. I graduated from class 12 last year and I had science stream and will be starting college this year. I use JAWS on my PC and TalkBack on my Android device.
Okay, next is Bharat.
Hi everyone, I'm Bharadan. I'm a final year BE computer science student from Baroda, Gujarat. As for the assistive devices I use NVDA and Windows Magnifier on my laptop, and on my mobile I primarily rely on the magnifier, but yeah, I also use the TalkBack.
Very good. Ronak.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ronak Shah, and I'm currently 23, almost. And I'm graduated in information technology in 2018, and I have also had an experience of working in Tata Consultancy Services for a year. I am low vision, so I do use screen reader. I'm dependent on screen reader, but then I also use magnifier along with the screen reader on my laptop, on my Windows laptop specifically. I am a big Linux lover, so I use Orca, and on Mac I use VoiceOver, and in phone again, iPhone I use VoiceOver, and on Android I use TalkBack as my assistive devices for doing any of the online courses. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. And Lakshmi.
Hello everyone, I am Lakshmi Sagar Samay from Mumbai, Maharashtra. I did my graduation in economics in 2015, then went for a master's in public policy, and then again I went for another master's in economics. And these days I'm interning with Vision Aid, a charitable trust, where I assist teachers of Python, the language, in teaching the language to students. Yes, and as said, I am visually impaired. I use JAWS and Windows Magnifier whenever required. Thank you.
Very nice, Lakshmi. You have two masters. Okay. So, Lakshmi, let's, since I introduced MOOCs very, very briefly, let's get to know all of you again so that listeners, our listeners connect with your voice. Let's start by, each one of you telling one or two good features of MOOCs that you really like, and anything about MOOCs, characteristics of MOOCs. So let's start with Lakshmi.
One characteristic of MOOCs that I like the most is the option to reschedule your end date of the course. Because most of the time when I'm in my courses or with the Vision Aid working, it becomes a bit difficult to follow those deadlines. So the MOOCs providers give me an option to reschedule my end dates for 15 days or for 20 days. So that really helps me to continue my process of learning, but without losing anything. Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. And now go to Ronak.
Okay, so I would like to talk on two dimensions that I really, really appreciate of any online courses. Number one is the time flexibility. So love when I study in the night. So even if I wake up in the middle of the night at let's say 2:33 a.m., I can just open my laptop, open my phone, and go on doing, let's say, a video or maybe completing a week if I have that kind of time, right? And if I don't have to wake up in the morning. So that time flexibility is something that I really, really love about any of the online courses. Secondly, and there is just to add on that, there is one very good saying that ideas and learnings do not have any time, right? So that is something that I appreciate. And secondly, the diversity of the courses. So today, let's say I'm learning something about technology, and in the next moment itself, I'm learning something about art and culture. Next moment, I'm learning something about math and physics, right? And next moment, I'm learning about economics. So there is absolutely the sky is the limit. There's absolutely no constraint that if I'm put into doing technology, I need to focus on technology. Nothing like that. I'm open to anything and everything that is available to me, and that is something which excites me a lot.
Very good. Bharat?
Kind of adding on to Ronak's point, in my case, especially being a student, I think it's important to kind of explore my own field. Okay, so MOOCs really give me a very good opportunity to do that. Like, I myself have like started with Android development, then web, then machine learning, and then later on deep learning and other things. So like that kind of flexibility is, you know, uh, I'm not restricted by the concepts that my professors know, or the concepts that I can learn from a tuition class or something like that. Instead, I'm open to learn anything and everything that's uh, kind of under the title of technology.
Okay, thank you very much. And Manjot?
There are two things that I particularly appreciate about MOOC platforms. And the first thing is that they are really up to date, up to what's happening in current affairs and what's really going on in the world in the moment. For example, COVID-19 is a hot topic these days, and recently when I opened a MOOC platform, I saw an advertisement for a new course that was being offered by a certain university, a certain very well reputed university, in fact, about COVID-19. And I was really impressed to see that because that is something that is really, being highlighted these days. And the second thing I really, really appreciate about MOOC platforms is that, let's say you're doing a course and maybe you get stuck on a test or on some assignment, or you have some doubts. Then you have these discussion forums on which you can put up your question, and other students who have, or other learners, shall we say, who have done those tests or done those assignments can guide you. And even let's say that they are not able to resolve your problem, then we have mentors and they are pretty active. So you will most probably get a suggestion or an answer or a hint to your question within hours of posting it.
Very good, very good. So now that you know all four of them with their voice, connected with them through their voice, and also what they love about MOOCs, and let's have them demystify through their own experience learning on MOOCs. So we will again begin with Manjot, since we are at Manjot. We are talking to you. So Manjot, go ahead, demystify through your own experience.
Right. So far I have taken and completed 4 online courses, and one of them, like 3 of them were based on technology, and the last one based on something quite different. It was on marketing. And my experience was pretty good with all these 4 courses because, as the others said, firstly, there were times when I was not able to keep up with my schedule, and there were times when I felt the need that no, I want some more time. Maybe this problem is tough or something else has come up, and the rescheduling feature was really nice. And also, when we come to the accessibility bit, almost everything from the quiz to the assignments to the study material to the discussion forum to almost anything that you may want to do with your course, almost everything has been accessible. And I really cannot think of something in which I had to rely on somebody that, okay, can you please come here for a second and look what's happening right here. So yeah, my experience has been pretty good with them so far.
Hey, very good, Manjot. See, now you have given a biggest compliment for accessibility. So would you like to share with our learners those platform and even the course names? I think that would be very helpful.
Yes. So the first course that I did ever on a MOOC platform was CS50's mobile app development with React Native. I did this on edX. It's offered by Harvard X. And it actually took me a long time to complete this one because I've never done mobile app development before, and I've never really used JavaScript or React much in my past, which were like prerequisites for this course. And I'm really grateful that there wasn't a really harsh time limit because I took almost more than twice than the average expected time to complete this course. And the best part about this course was that after doing this one, it gave me an understanding of React Native from which I could take off and learn more topics on my own from the internet. And in fact, I'm using my learning to design a game for an NGO with which I am interning. And I also did 3 more courses from Coursera, them being Divide and Conquer. This was the first course for the algorithm specialization that is offered by Stanford University. And also the course 2, which is about graph search and data structures. And again, this is also offered by Stanford University. And the last course that I did was Introduction to Marketing by the University of Pennsylvania, again through Coursera. And even now I'm enrolled in 2 more courses. One is for greedy algorithms and dynamic programming, again offered by Stanford, and an introduction to financial accounting offered by the University of Pennsylvania. And all of them, like, so far have been completely accessible. I have not faced any issues with them.
Excellent, excellent. So thank you so much. And let's go with Bharat. And if you also, when you mention the courses that you have taken and enjoyed, please attribute those to the particular platform and also the course name so the other learners also get some tip from you.
Yeah, ma'am. Well, actually, I have taken quite a few courses. The first one I ever took was Introduction to Computer Science using Python from MITx. Yeah, it's offered on edX. I also did the second part of that course uh, that was computational thinking and data science or something related to that. I don't exactly remember the course name now. Then I jumped around a bit, uh, doing a few one course on Java programming, again on edX. Then one on Android. Then after that point, I started learning about machine learning and AI. So I did the machine learning course by Andrew Ng, offered on Coursera. Then I took the deep learning specialization, uh, again offered by Stanford on Coursera, and most recently I've just finished the reinforcement learning specialization offered by the University of Alberta, uh, again on Coursera.
So Bharat, you have been taking a lot of specialization, and can you share a little bit about how you are using what you are learning on the MOOC platforms?
The initial part of my MOOC journey was more about exploring and trying to find something that I was passionate about. So, like, that's the phase when I did different programming languages. I also did the algorithm courses that Manjot mentioned earlier. uh, Other then later on, when I did the machine learning course, I realized that, yeah, AI seems interesting and I'm really passionate about it. So from that point on, it was more about kind of specializing in AI. So it kind of built one on top of other, going from machine learning to deep learning, and then later on to reinforcement learning. Because like each of the courses I took, each of the courses I took had the previous course as a prerequisite. So in that sense, I kind of was trying to specialize more in AI.
Okay, let's go to, thank you Bharat. Let's go to Ronak.
Okay, so I actually have a journey to share. I got hooked to this online courses like quite a long time ago. Actually, I don't remember the exact year, but my first introduction to learning online was on Khan Academy when there was no Khan Academy actually, but Sa- uh, Salman Khan, Sal as he is known, he used to actually post videos on YouTube. And someone, I don't remember again who, but someone just told me that I had some doubt in math. And one of my friends, I'm sure from school, told me that why don't you search on YouTube? And I was like, okay, YouTube actually offers something like this. This is somewhere in 2012, 13, if I'm not wrong. And I searched for that particular problem that I had, and there was the first video that popped up was the video by Khan Academy, and I was so fascinated by it. Since then, I have never stopped learning online because I believe that this platform that is offered, it's like the play field for anyone and everyone. It's basically something. It's like a market, economical market where buyers and sellers come together. Here, the teachers and the learners can come together. Something like that for me. So since Khan Academy, and I have never left Khan Academy, I still love to do lot of prerequisites on Khan Academy. Then I also when EDX and Coursera came into picture, I actually started doing courses on EDX and Coursera in audit mode at first. And one of the first courses I had taken on EDX was CS50 by David Mellon, which is also like it's the introduction to computer science, and it's one of the best courses that I would actually like to recommend if you have interest in computer science, like being from any field at all, because the way he has taught the entire course is absolutely fantastic, taking from the absolute ground level to one of the like few really good topics he has covered like in detail of computer science. But the way he has taught is actually something that is worth looking for. So that is one course that I have done. And this course, the certification for this course like I was encouraged to do the certification recently last year in 2019 when I had joined VisionAid as a student mentor to help students, and I used to help them learn programming. So at that time, I myself actually was so excited about CS50 in general that I thought that why not we can also encourage students to learn in VisionAid this particular course. So like I took that kind of an initiative that I want to be that CS50 helper, that I want to solve the accessibility if anything at all, and be connected to them, be the part of that community, and actually encourage more students to come and join that culture that they are providing, which is absolutely fantastic, I believe. That was one of the parts. Secondly, on Coursera, I have taken a lot of courses. Again, the algorithm course is that Manjot spoke about and Bharat also spoke about. I have taken those courses again in the audit mode. Second, I have also taken the deep learning course provided by Andrew, machine learning course again provided by Andrew, and there is one course which is absolutely off, like something which I loved, but it's not technical, which is cracking the creativity code. Yeah, that's the name of the course. And cracking it's actually consisting of two parts. One is the idea, and second is the execution. So this is something which was very new, and recently I have been enrolled into this course, and I'm absolutely enjoying it. Again, accessibility wise, both I actually prefer learning more on mobile and doing my assignments and problem sets on laptop, because as I said that I love to feed myself with learning according to my moods. So if I wake up in the night, the first thing that I have next to me is my phone. I straight away start the course and doing at least minimum I will try and do 3 to 4 videos and 3 to 4 quizzes in the night. And night is something which I love doing actually early morning, if I may say. And so I and accessibility wise, just to give a perspective on mobile, because Manjot has already spoke about the PC accessibility. So on mobile as well, the both Coursera and EDX are very accessible. I have also taken courses on Safari Online, LinkedIn Learning, actually a lot on LinkedIn Learning, and Skillshare as well. Plus, one point that I would like to mention is the courses that are provided like a classroom lectures by MIT, by Harvard, by Stanford, by Berkeley, one of the best colleges in USA. They actually provide courses, the classroom courses, classroom lectures, which are like MIT has OCW MIT courses, Harvard Online, Stanford Online. So all of these courses are again, I have taken so many of them. The recent one that I would like to mention is the Introduction to Probability and Statistics provided by Harvard, which is again an amazing course. And Bitcoin and blockchain, because I had also done research, like published a research paper on blockchain. so I am too much into the technology of blockchain itself. So again, that was provided by MIT. Amazing courses, and these courses are available on their website, as well as the best part about them is they are available on YouTube. So YouTube is something which everyone uses in their day-to-day life. So this is something that I thought was worth mentioning, that it's available on YouTube, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah.
Very nice, Ronak. So let me just add one line that when Ronak said MIT courses on their website, it means probably you mean the OCW website, right? OCW.
Absolutely, ma'am.
So
ocw.mit.edu.
very nice. So we will share all these MOOC platform and the resources which have been mentioned here in the description of this recording. And so let's go to Lakshmi.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
I had a question to Ronak.
Yeah.
Ronak, you mentioned Skillshare.
Uh-huh.
If I recall correctly, isn't that a platform that is primarily meant for, let's say, graphic design and video editing and stuff?
So I was introduced to Skillshare actually when I worked in TCS, and that's where I was also encouraged, like, to learn new and new technologies, because we are working in industry and we should be updated with the technology. So my experience with Skillshare has been that it was, of course, uh, introduced as a platform which offers courses on graphic designing and photography, but now it involves everything, and probably they are trying to expand a lot on the diversity of courses that they want to offer. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you
Thanks.
very much. And let's go to Lakshmi. Yeah, Lakshmi, you can share your.
Okay, ma'am. So to talk about my journey with MOOCs, I started in 2015 with a course on Khan Academy, which was related to drawing and animation using Java. Though I couldn't complete it due to my master's that started just month after, but that was a very good indicator for me that there is learning out of your books and notebooks also. So that was the time when I started looking for courses that interest me on uh, online. So something like uh, a very introduction to development policy that was matching to my masters in public policy I took on edX. Uh, till 2018, all the courses that I took all were in something like you just paste yourself there and access the course content, but you don't get a certificate. The idea of originally getting a certificate by paying money, not directly, but applying for a financial aid and then getting access to the entire course plus the certificate was given to me when I became a student of VisionAid. I joined VisionAid to learn Python, and through them I was introduced to uh, Python for Everybody and the entire series. So, just to update on my current learnings, these days I'm doing this data science specialization offered by John Hopkins University. Uh, one thing that I want to add here is it is very so these online courses allow you to take these courses on your
Excuse me, Lakshmi, 1 minute. I hear some noise. If others can mute your microphone, would be helpful. There's some background noise. Okay, go ahead, Lakshmi.
okay. So yeah, so one thing that I wanted to mention here was though these online courses allow us to take our time to finish the courses, but it is very uh, but using that time to taking our time to complete that courses only seems meaningful when we are very much interested in the topic that we have applied for. Otherwise it doesn't really matter if you are allowed to paste yourself again to in the course or not. And another thing that I would definitely point out here is having a concept like financial aid to enroll for a MOOC is very much equivalent and better than registering yourself to a practical course. So just to give an example, when I was looking for a data science course, maybe something like a diploma, a 1 year diploma in data science, I was asked to pay around 2.5 lakh rupees. But the same, but something, but a very similar course, but from a very reputed institution like John Hopkins University, I am doing the same course, maybe with a better content at maybe at no price, but I am getting a certificate as well as the learning content also. So that is the very much idea that one should be carrying forward, that if you are ready to learn, there is a lot, and there are institutions, people to help you if you are really interested in doing these things, taking efforts to make yourself.
Very nice.
Thank you,
Very,
ma'am.
very good. Thank you. And this was excellent introduction, and hope that some of our listeners have been infected already if you were not, and if those who are already infected got a new direction to go to check out new courses, new timings, and well, any of you have any question for your fellow learners here, fellow panelists?
So I would actually like to go first, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I have a question for everyone. This is something that I also have an answer to, but I just want to know the view of all the other panelists. So if like in online courses, there are different ways of representing the course that they offer. Some offer completely based on text, some offer completely based on videos, some are mixed, right? So what exactly do you guys prefer and why?
Okay, you want to go? Anyone wants to go? And please keep your answers short now, because we probably may be running out of time.
Okay.
May I start?
Yeah,
Manju, go
anyone of
ahead.
you. Yeah, go ahead, Lakshmi.
Okay, so Ronak, I would definitely prefer a text-based course, because when I take courses like microeconomics with calculus, or development policy with that has a very strong tilt towards econometrics and statistics, it becomes really difficult to follow what the professor is saying in the video about the code that he has written on his PC or on the projector or on the board. And the same is very difficult to follow when it is transcripted down in the text also, because what he generally says this, that, there, then, and the same comes down in the text also. Yeah, so that is something that I prefer, and that is my issue why I prefer.
Okay, very good, thoughtful. And okay, who is next? Who wants to go?
I can. As for me, I prefer videos. Uh, well, in my experience, I just tend to learn much faster and much more easily from a video than by reading a book. And that's kind of one of my main plus points when it comes to MOOCs and other online learning platforms. I'm not restricted to just reading books. Instead, I can watch a professor or a teacher to just kind of explain it to me, instead of having to go through text which I can't even understand by myself, even, and I would need help with that.
Okay, thank you, Bharat. And let's go to whoever wants to go next. Oh,
Manjot, you can go. Uh, Manjot?
yeah, wait, Manjot is muted. Unmute. Yeah, Manjot?
Right. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to answer Ronak, your question, I also prefer videos, although my reason is a little different from Bharat's. My reason is simply this. I am very lazy and I do not want to press a button to read the next line of instructions. And I just want to lie back and just enjoy the lectures. And yes, I agree with Lakshmi also that sometimes in videos it becomes a little difficult to understand what the professors are speaking when they refer to this, that, or then. But I think on the whole it is still manageable if you watch the video carefully, and maybe a second time if you don't understand the diagram the first time, then yes, I think the diagrams can mostly be back engineered and you can ultimately figure out that, okay, this is what's going on here.
Ma'am, can I continue on
Yeah,
all the answers?
yeah, sure. You
Yeah.
can.
So just one point that everyone has probably mentioned, that whenever like when the video content is made, so to all the listeners, if like you are a part of making the video content, please also take care that if you can give as much description as possible of what you are writing, that would be actually very helpful. As Lakshmi and Manjot already pointed out very specifically. And as far as I go, I am also completely a video lover, actually, because we all of us use screen readers on our like PC as well as mobile to access the course, right? So sometimes what happens is you require that kind of a human touch, at least I do, that someone is actually explaining to you rather than the robotic voice reading out to you. Of course that is important and I'm not ruling out that, but I'm more of a mix kind of a person. But if you tell me to choose between a text and the video, I would definitely go for video.
Very good. I love all of your answers as well as questions and your demystification. And we hope that you have demystified MOOCs for many, and many don't feel scared of taking online classes. Check it out, go there and try one. And I bet you will keep going there again and again. And so, with that, I think we will end this discussion, and we'll thank all of you for your participation in demystifying MOOCs and spreading this good virus. And we wish everyone around the world very best for your safety from coronavirus. But we all want to spread this lowlam virus to everyone. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.